What's up, Guild Warriors? Welcome back to the MLG Guild Wars 2 Invitational. I'm Sireph, I'm joined by Blue, and online we've got Shawn, and this is our casting trio for tonight. We're going into our finals, guys, and this has been a crazy ride all the way through. We started with 8 teams, now we've whittled it down to 2, and it's 2 of the best teams in the world, if I do say so myself, Blue. We've got Denial, we've got Sync, we've got the North American PAX winners, the second place PAX finishers at the event, and we've got Denial. You know, one of the strongest teams, formerly TCG, formerly CurseU.
And the Niles had a pretty impressive run, considering the fact that we really, like I said, we haven't seen them play since like early July. So they really kind of came out of nowhere here today. I mean, a lot of people were expecting them to do well, but just need to say for like their lack of competition over the past few months, they've obviously done extremely well here today.
That's right.
Yeah, everyone on their team doing fantastic. A lot of people are used to kind of like a slower pace, slow-moving meta. And Vanish and Helsith are just all over the place, and it's really kind of throwing people under the bus, and just they're not sure what to do with it.
They're really running circles around people, and you know, I think Sync is one of the teams that can't be run circles around, so I'm really interested to see these heads clash here. And guys, before we go into the next game, we have one last copy of Guild Wars 2 to give out to you guys, and we're gonna show that on screen momentarily. And it's gonna be a mad dash. This is the last one we have to give it out tonight because we're going to the finals. There it is. I was about to read it out. That's probably a bad idea, but that's actually the full game, guys. It's not the trial. Go ahead, grab that code, go to guildwars2.com to redeem it, and you will be playing Guild Wars 2 with us, probably with us. Or you could save the world to get some dragons, because that's always great. Or you could fight a world full of soldiers.
There is a trial, though.
Just to let you guys know as well, this PvP that you're seeing, this is endgame PvP. It does not require any grinding. You can go to the PvP zone, you're automatically level 80 with full gear and everything. You don't have to worry about leveling up a character and waiting through all the PvE stuff. If you want to get into the game and kill people immediately, you're good to go.
Yep, you are really, like, it is, the barrier to entry to Guild Wars 2 PvP is quite low. But the skill cap, if I do say so myself, very, very high, as we can see in this game. So let's go ahead and jump into this game here as we go through what is going on here with this game. Oh my God! Check out the Twitter polls.
Oh my
of course,
goodness.
do not forget, guys. We're giving away more codes every single game. Go ahead and tweet at #MLG with the team that you think will win. #Sync or #Denial. Excuse me. As you can see, all these guys are just now falling into their teams. Everything is going according to plan here, but 50-50 split, man. And that is not just 2 people. That is a couple of people. That's amazing. I'm really glad. So if you want to support the NA scene, go ahead and root for Sync. Oh, there it is. There's the NA coming in. So Denial dropping out to 25%. Okay, we're going to have a lot more coming in now. But guys, don't forget, we will be giving you more gems through everything. Also, this is a best of 5. So it's the first team to win 3 games, and here it is. So we're just going to wait for Cade to sort of get onto the red team, the blue team there. We're going to have one of these guys does not belong here.
I think
so
they need to be switched up here.
Then she just wants to play for Sync, man.
Yeah, I'm just going to switch his team right there and allow Cade to get on blue. And awesome. So we're going to start this game up very soon, guys. But let's go over these teams for those guys who haven't checked out these guys. We've got Vanish on Denial, Shawn.
Man, he's going to be all over the map. Let's see. Did he stay with his build? That's what I want to know. Yes, he is Dagger Pistol. So you have Dagger Pistol on Vanish. We have Dagger Pistol on Cade. We're going to see some extreme burst damage coming out from both of those members. Again, if you're just tuning in, it's a slightly unusual build for a Thief to see in the current style of game. It's really, really high damage, but very low survivability. And so seeing these, we're going to see some awesome plays from those 2 players.
That's right. Moving on to Helsith, he is running that staff greatsword build that we see him run before. It's the fantastic, rather, Shawn, this 2020-0030 build. What is it really good for?
On
Helsith.
Oh, so with that, you're able to get some really, really good shadows. Your tool skills, your F1, F2, F3, F4, those are called shatters. And with the Mesmer, with those 30 points in illusion, he's getting more points for the active illusions. He's getting the shattering illusions, create the shatter effect on you as well. So normally you can have up to 3 illusions out of those at a time. And when you shatter them, they do different things. For instance, Mesmers do really high damage with their skill Mind Drag, which does more damage per illusions that you have out. So when you have 3 illusions and now you got to count yourself, that's 4 times the damage that you normally get if you shatter with nothing out. So absolutely a ton of damage coming out from him. And he's able to do other things too. With that extra shatter, he's able to stay invulnerable for longer with distortion. He's able to get more daze on people with diversion. And he's able to get more stacks of confusion on people with Cry of Frustration. So it allows you to do a lot of really fun stuff with that build.
Absolutely. Of course, we do have Fluid going back to the Ranger he was running earlier. Has that sort of changed anything up for him?
Let me see. So we didn't really get to see what he was running earlier. To be honest, I think it's the exact same build. Yeah, it's the same build, maybe just different characters, man. He wasn't feeling his other character. The traits are the same, the weapons the same. They're both running with the Shaman's Amulet right there. So, running the same exact build, he just didn't like the way he looks, I think. He's got to get back on off for this one.
Yep, and then after that we do have Freylina. We've got Freylina running that Mace focus and also the staff there. The 0-5-30-35 EU sort of meta support Guardian build. Really great for control, really great for support there, Shawn.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to show you guys why we were kind of waiting a little bit, DaVinci is actually restarting his router. He was lagging a little bit. So he's going to get that restarted. As soon as he's back, we're instantly going to get back in this game. So since this is the grand finals of the MLG Invitational, we've kind of been showing off the builds at the earlier start of the game. We're going to take another quick look at their builds in case you tuned in a little later and you want to see what the top players in both North America and EU are running.
Absolutely. We have Denchi here. Denchi running the hammer longbow, going in. Shawn, tell us about this build.
So with the hammer longbow, you're able to do a ton of AoE damage as well as AoE CC. You run around with that Zerker gem and you just hit like a truck. He's running 0-10-30-0-30. Now Freylina, the Guardian, we kind of just went over. His build right here, the 0-5-30-35-0, is really great for being a team support. You're able to get out tons of heals, and you lose some of the survivability that you get when you take 30 points in Virtues. But with the 30 points in Valor, you get the trait Altruistic Healing, where every time you apply a boon, it heals you. And it's absolutely amazing trait. Fluid on a Ranger, he's been running pretty much the same build all night. He's running a Spirit Ranger, but he runs with the double melee. He runs Axe, Dagger with Sword Torch. So he likes to get up in your face. With the Shaman's Amulet, he does an amazing amount of healing. So when he throws that healing spring down, not only is he healing himself, but he's healing everyone on his team. Helsith, and he's back, and they did start the game. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go through all the builds, but we have their builds previously earlier in the VODs for the other games.
Yep, and if you also want to check out their builds, I'm sure you can find them at misspedia.net. It's a wonderful source. They've also got a bracket for this tournament going up right now. Let's check out the splits though, Shawn, as we go into this. Look at this beach split.
Yeah, so they're trying to have like a beach party right here, and they're kind of just passing people up. I'm not sure if Helsith is really. He actually goes back. They're kind of just running as a group, man. They're all together, running as a group. They want to get to midpoint together.
Vendetta is going to be able to do that though. He's the one pulling away from the pack and getting on mid first, followed by Freylina. You know, they're kind of rampaging as one, if you excuse my Guild Wars shit there. They're going to be Freylina popping that symbol swift is going to get back on point there. Denchi's going to sandwich him in with the longbow though. I don't know how effective this is going to be though for Denial.
Yeah, it was a little weird. I felt like I joined the duel server for a second. Everyone's just fighting there on the beach. But we do have that transition to the keep point. Everyone's kind of fighting right there. We have a few stragglers going around. Helsith actually going to be able to get the decap at Henge over there.
Oh my god, look at what DaVinci did. He popped his Sanctuary right in under the scaffolding, something that I love doing in this game. And he's going to, oh my god, he's going to be able to Ring of Warding someone. Not able to cap it, but Helsith is going to be running rampant on Henge, really unopposed here as a Henge fight continues in the favor probably of Sync, as they do have the numbers advantage.
Yeah, that kind of lockup that DaVinci just did was fantastic. Not only does he get the shelter right there under the scaffolding to stop him from walking through, as soon as Fluid comes around the other side, he hits him with the Ring of Warding. Really shows what you can do when you lock something out the Guardian. One banish from Da Vinci, getting him off the point. Unfortunately, now with the point ticking, it's not going to be the same. He almost had that point capped right there.
He almost did, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to CC him off it just in time. Zombify and Vendetta, though, running rampant here on the cape point, going against Freylina and Denchi. Let's go in with Denchi, as he's kind of playing the side here. He's the one really trying to get some AoE in with these longbow skills. Shawn, tell me more about that.
So doing the AoE with the longbow, you have that giant fire field, which does massive burning damage in a huge group. Skills that are called blast finishers will actually stack everyone in there with 3 stacks of might, which increases your damage, both physical and conditional. So it's really good for damaging as well as buffing your team if they're trying to blast finish in that.
Over at Hen, Shawn, real fast. Vanish is going to be able to cap it after Cade decapped it. Cade's running away, though. He's going to rejoin the fight. He may actually go for the Udaheim kill. No, he's going to heal up and join the mid. Also, Hellset. Oh, man, Cade actually turning around. Let's see where exactly Cade is going. He's coming back for the fight. He's going to take it back to Vanish, and we'll see what he can actually do here. The Rock Dog does come out from Vanish's armor there, and he's actually a little bit even with health there, if not a little bit lower.
Yeah, this is actually really interesting. Cade's been playing this build for so long. Vanish used to play this build, but did switch to Sword Dagger when it became extremely popular. So much invisibility coming out of both of these guys. They have the smoke fields from the black powder, and they're able to stay invisible through that. And then they have Shadow Refuge. But now that Health is here, Cade just instantly gets dropped between the damage, between both Vanish and Hellseth.
And he does get bled out there. DPS down, but Zombify is here to deal with Hellseth as well, but he might just be alone here. It is, yep, Vendetta not quite able to come up and help him, but look at how dominant they are on the other points of the map. Denchi's trying to run past Zombify. Zombify's really just trying to run interference because they are on the blue side of the map. Cade can respawn and deal with them here as well. As long as they keep this 2-cap and keep a lead, they'll be a little bit safe here going on in this game.
Yeah, so far, Sync has really just pushed their map dominance. Zombify going down that right there. Cade was trying to help him, but he's instantly just going to get bursted while he's trying to get away. He might be able to live. No. Vanish chasing up on him, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of Cade, probably, if the Rock Dog doesn't do him in. But let's check out the mid fight as Freylina is up here, Vendetta is here, I think Twerp is here as well. Yeah, that's 2 Spirit Rangers up against the Guardian. I call it for the Spirit Ranger, Shawn. He does pop the symbol of swiftness, though. He might call it and try and bail. He actually, I think he gets kind of trapped between these pets here.
Yeah, one thing with Freylina's build, when you pop that symbol of swiftness, it keeps applying swiftness to you. With altruistic healing, applying a heal every time you get a boon, it rapidly heals you, all those symbols. So, and not only is he giving you swiftness, but he gets healed rapidly when he does that.
Absolutely, but checking out mine, Hellseth is going to be over there. Da Vinci tries to get in here, stops the cap, but Denchi and Hellseth are here, as well as Vanish. I don't like Da Vinci's odds here. He does get downed. There comes the Denchi. Let's go in with Denchi right now as he goes in for the stomp and gets it, and that is not good for Team Sync here as they go forward. Denial is going to start pulling off this 2-cap, and the lead for, oh my god, actually Henge, we have Vendetta on Henge. They're going to get their 2-cap again. Sync becoming a little bit dominant now.
Yeah, so both teams are kind of just everywhere right now, and Denial is really scary when they get that combo on you. When Denchi gets a CC and both Hellseth and Vanish are there, someone's dead. It's been like that a couple times this match, where when Hellseth and Vanish are right there and they pop their skills, people just go from 100% to 0.
Absolutely. Let's check out Cade on the mid fight, though. He is so low, and he heals up. He's got about 7k now in that stealth mode, but let's see what he can do here. He's chasing down Hellseth, trying to get some damage on, but actually he's just pushing back here, realizing he should play the fringes. Oh my god, Vanish capped him down, man. He's blinded him, and now he's going to, oh my god, he was able to get out of the stomp with that shadow sap, but really gets back in the fight. Spirit of Nature Renewal is here also for support. Zombify is here as well. The Necro and the mid and the Sun Spirits are going off. Everyone is blind.
And stomps are going down. Zombify is out of the fight. Everyone on Sync extremely low except for Twerp and Vendetta. Denial definitely has a little bit better advantage right here.
You know, I like what Cade's doing. He's kind of, look where he is. He's right at that door. He knows Hellseth might try to push for that henge point while everyone's at mid. He wanted to run interference. Unfortunately, Hellseth was able to knock him out there. Here comes the stomp. He's got nothing on cooldown to deal with it, and Hellseth is just going to run over to henge probably and deal with that. But Zombify, fresh out the respawn, he uses the time that Cade bought him to deal with Hellseth here, and he's going to push Hellseth back. Let's go with Zombify.
Yeah, Hellseth popped that mass invisibility right there in the duel with Cade to kind kind of try and trick him out, like, you know, into a motif would. And it definitely worked. He was able to pop right back out, do that burst damage, and take Cade right out of the fight.
Yeah, let's go back to the mid fight, Shawn. Frelina able to take out the Spirit of Nature Renewal on the blue side, and now they don't have that powerful team res. Da Vinci, though, able to stay on the midpoint. He's going to start capping it. He actually might just cap it all the way up for blue, as there's no one else here, but here comes Fluid to try and deal with him.
Yeah, Vanish actually getting stomped right below the point right now, kind of just bleeding out. Frey's trying to come back, trying to keep it neutralized with Fluid. Da Vinci just taking a ton of damage, getting some help from Vendetta right here, though.
Look at Cade, though. Cade actually is going to go in and stomp Helseth here on the mid. They got decapped, which is allowing Denial to sort of kind of almost come back. They are closing the gap very slowly. They're only behind 30 points, though, so that gap is getting smaller and smaller with every second. But once Cade decides to get, once Cade actually gets that cap down, they'll be pretty much locked in for that cap, that lead. Of course, disregarding kills here. Speaking of kills, though, Denshi is down over on the side staircase here, but so is Da Vinci. Cade is over at Chieftain. He's going to start taking on Chieftain.
Yeah, Cade definitely a fan of those neutral buffs. He knows how to do them extremely well. Oftentimes, when the meta supported killing them before the midpoint, you'd always see him still in the buff. So he's going to have this completely uncontested. Helseth trying to get that back cap on Henge right there, but Da Vinci coming back right in time, and Cade's going to be there to back him up. So unless Helseth's able to get out of there, Helseth is going to be going down rather quick. But yeah, they popped the portal. He's trying to get away.
Yeah, Helseth is going to try and set this up for another Team Denial trademark floodgate tactic there. Once he gets back into the fight in the mid, he'll just pop his teammates over and take that point from them. But we do see that, you know, Cade is up. Cade is actually not up in the mid point. That's a pet name, Cade. Torp is really low in the mid here. Everyone here in the mid is just now coming back for blue and red team. They're all stacked up here, so they're going to stomp out Torp, and they're going to actually portal back and check it out. Helseth and Vanish are on Henge. This is not good for Sync. This could be the beginning of sort of a comeback for Denial here, though.
Yeah, Denial only a little bit behind, and they actually have the only 1 point available in this game right now. So Sync, no points taking for them. Denial, they do have that 1 point. This mid point really heavily contested, though.
Yep, Helseth did get down real fast, but got back up. He's going to be wandering into Zombify, who's in that plague form. The Da Vinci Sanctuary comes out along with a Shield of Warding, a Shield of Absorption rather, to push everyone back. You're really just trying to keep the surface area on the point that red can be in really low. And also, if we go back to Henge, we do have the spirits going down. Let's go in with Vendetta, who's here trying to deal with Vanish, and Vanish, I think, did get killed there. But we do have Fluid coming in, so we're going to have a Spirit Ranger on Spirit Ranger fight here on Henge.
Yeah, and now putting so much pressure over there on Henge that Sync really doesn't have the opportunity to try and backcap mine right now.
Yeah, it's just the fact that Cade is down, the fact that Zombify is out, and Da Vinci is about to go down as well. They're going to wipe here in mid, and that actually may open up Denial for a 2-cap with a no-cap situation for Sync here, as they're really struggling to get that Henge back.
Yeah, absolutely. Blue team completely wiped right there. So mid, completely fine unless someone's able to sneak around. They're going to have to watch that side entrance. They are keeping Denshi back to try and protect it. Everyone else is going to put as much pressure as possible on the Henge right there.
Zombify getting stomped out right outside of Henge there, Shawn. Shields of Absorption coming out of somebody in the mid, and that's Da Vinci just now coming off with the res there. So everyone is really focused here on the mid, but they did leave Denshi back on that midpoint. And actually, check out Cade. He's going to back cap the mine right now, Shawn. Very smart play, finally able to do that.
Yeah, that's definitely what needed to be done a little earlier, but with all the pressure, he was really trying to hold his own home point. Now that he's able to get this back, he might even be able to push up towards Svanir and get his team another 25 points.
That's exactly what they need. Blue team now, they need to start pulling this team fight out. They are 4v4ing here, and it looks like Helseth got res real fast. Excuse me, by the Spirit of Nature Renewal, and Helseth is actually being targeted down here by everyone on Sync, and let's see if he gets up one more time. I don't think it's going to happen, though, as we do have Zombify right next to him. He can stomp him out if he decides to choose so, and no, he's just going to be DPS down, and Henge, you know, I think it's going to start rolling in the side of the favor of Sync, but Frelina is here, and Frelina is hard to move.
Cade actually dying at Q right there, trying to push in on Denshi and kill him so he could get the decap. But Vanish was waiting for him, and both of them together were able to take down Cade extremely fast. And now that Health is spawning, he's going to be able to push towards mine and get their own home point back.
That's right. I'm not sure if I like this rotation from Sync. They don't have their home point secure. It's 408 to 338. Zombify and Vendetta are on that point, but they're dealing with Fluid. They're dealing with Freylina, and now they have to deal with... actually, Da Vinci gets on the point in mid, Shawn. I take everything I said back, as Vanish not able to get Da Vinci, but Denchi and Vanish are up here, and they're going to get him momentarily. We'll have to see if he gets the cap. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, getting that ring awarding right there, Denchi just
Runs
popping that
through it.
stability. Yeah, popping the stability, going completely through it, making sure it stays neutralized, and really trying to make sure that Sync's not able to generate any points.
That's right. You know, I think Da Vinci's playing this really smart, though. He's got that Sanctuary up, which, you know, whenever someone walks into your Sanct, they get pushed back, they get knocked down, just stops them from doing pretty much anything, but you are 2v1ing a Warrior and a Thief here as a Bunker Guardian, which is super hard on any day, but you are 2v1ing some people from Denial here.
Yeah, and Torp coming up as well. His Spirit's not up, unfortunately, so I don't think he's going to be able to get the res. Da Vinci is going down, but Torp's going to be able to keep this neutralized for his team as well.
Yeah, he comes in just the perfect moment. Cade getting the cap off on mine. This is exactly what they need. Denial has no capture points right now, guys, and it is only Sync that is getting this back. They're down about 90 points now and closing. Vendetta and the Spirit Rangers keeping the fight going on Henge, but Freylina might stomp him out now. And Zombify, he's rushing back to try and get this point, keep it neuted.
Yeah, so Fluid really trying to take it. Zombify gonna rush in all in there. He's not gonna be able to survive for long, but with Da Vinci coming in to try and help him, it's definitely gonna help his odds. And with Freylina leaving, I think he left a little prematurely. Now he's decided he's gotta come back and really try and help them out.
You know, you're right, Shawn. I think they have a 2 cap though. They're pretty secure in their lead here. They're over 100 points right now. Freylina coming out. He's gonna get a stomp on Cade, and Twerp not able to get the stomp on Cade. Cade gets up out of that heel, and Freylina is kind of kicking himself. He needs to get these kills off and end this game.
Yep, so only 17 points left for Denial to take this game and push it into game 2. Sync's gonna have to pull some miracles. Actually, with only a minute and 20 seconds left, I don't think it's possible for them to come back at all.
Absolutely. I think this is the unwinnable position, and there it is, guys. You're going to see Denial taking game 1 out of possibly 5. And look at that score, Shawn. We have Helseth topping it out at 220, followed by Denchi and I Vanish, and after that, it's Cade. You know, the score is so stacked in the favor of Denial here.
Yeah, absolutely. That was fantastic by Denial, kind of just being where they need to be, being all over the map, and for a little bit, Sync just kind of lost their. I don't know if they weren't trying to back cap, but they had that point available for them for so long. Mine was completely uncontested for like a good 4 minutes, but Cade was trying too hard to defend home point instead of trying to back cap mine.
Yeah, man. Blue. You've got to have points. You got to have a highlight here.
I got some points. All right, so, I mean, some of the main things we had to realize there was, we talked about this a few minutes ago, is that obviously coming into this, these two teams, at least how we saw them playing earlier in the tournament, were running vastly different strategies, whereas Sync was focalizing more on winning team fights. Helseth's team was focused more on doing those back caps. Based on just the personal scores that we saw there, we could definitely figure that Helseth's team, Denial Esports, did do the better job at sort of switching to doing that team fight a little more. For instance, we saw an interesting move. We've started to see more and more teams do this as of late, where we did have the Guardian actually start going on the far point to sort of bunker that, and then they kept the Warrior on the middle point because most of the action tended to be on those side points. Little adjustments like that did end up making their comp a bit stronger. They weren't flawless, I will say that, because I did notice a couple times that when they were pulling off excellent executions, some excellent ganks on players that were in between points, they would then sort of have somewhat poor follow-ups on that. They wouldn't get the points quick enough or something like that, and then they would end up losing a following team fight because their opponent was able to get reinforcements there back fast enough. But at the same time, like I said, both these teams are going to have to learn to adjust to their opponent's team strategy as we go deeper and deeper into the finals of this tournament.
Yeah, and that's actually what makes these teams the best teams. When they're able to rotate strategies like what you said, to push their Guardian towards far home, to transition their Warrior as kind of their bunker, and just move and rotate where they need to be when they need to be there. That's what makes it the best team. When you have a team that has a bunker Guardian that just constantly goes mid and dies mid, you know that team's not that great. So both these teams, one of the top EU teams in the world, maybe the top NA, that's pretty much debatable now that they're in the finals of PAX. They're in the finals of this. Sync definitely representing NA pretty great.
You know, what's really, really interesting to me is that watching the Twitter poll numbers during that entire game, they were neck and neck. Majority of that game, they were 50% and 50%. A few percentage points did kind of skew towards the later end of that game, though. And guys, I think that kind of brings us to the next point we have here. We have another Twitter winner, guys. So let's go ahead and pull up the winner of that. It's at David Merrick. Congratulations. Go ahead and follow at MLG to receive your gem code. Of course, we're going to be giving away those all night tonight. And don't forget to tweet at us. Even now, you can do it for the next game. Hashtag MLG with hashtag denial and hashtag sync. And we're going to be going into a quick commercial break before we go into game 2. Stick around though, guys. We'll be right back with game 2 after this.